Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Engine House. I have a guest today, my grandson. This kid right here is probably smarter than most anybody else I know, okay? He is going to be an engineer. Not a locomotive engineer, but an engineer, okay? This kid has some designs here on Legos and stuff he comes up with, pretty interesting things here.
Mm-hmm.
He designs,
It's a claw.
It's a claw, yeah. Why don't you tell me about it?
Combined with a scissor lift on tracks and a movable bumper.
A movable bumper. Okay. Now, how did you come up with this?
Well, I used the inspirational ideas from that one book that you got me.
The one book? Okay, but is this all out of that or some of this from your own imagination?
It's from my own imagination.
I knew it. See, I knew. And then you have some others down here.
Yeah, like this racing semi, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be a racing semi.
With a bumper guard.
Yeah, that would be a moose bumper, kind of like I had on my rig a long time ago.
And right here, you can see that I just used a simple piece to make the engine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice work.
This piece right here would be the radiator.
Yep. Yep. All right, so this kid here wants to learn a little bit about some model railroading, okay, and how the workings of these older locomotives. This is what grandpas are for. We're going to teach this kid right here. What we have here, I rescued this the other day. My son and I saw it when we were out, and I went back later and bought it because the guy didn't take credit cards. He took cash. This is a these were made, this is called a Prairie Special. And for those of you who may be unfamiliar with steam, hopefully most of you are, but there may be some out there that are learning. This is considered a 2-6-4, and it goes by the leading truck, 2 wheels, see, 2, 6 drivers, 4 trailing trucks, okay? 2-6-4. This is a prairie type locomotive. These particular models were manufactured by Lionel between 1947 and 1952. There were 6 versions of these made. This is version number 6 right here, okay? So this was roughly 1952. I rescued this thing, and as you can see,
it's quite rusty.
It's quite rusty. It's quite rough. The piece that hooks the tender is gone.
Yeah,
and
it's seen some days.
It has seen some hard play. This the drives over here, a lot of those connecting rods are broken and damaged, okay? And of course, this is missing here. I know this thing doesn't run. I'm not even going to attempt it. We're going to rebuild it, and he's going to learn how. Mm-hmm. So the first thing we need to do
in restoring it
is to disassemble it.
Yes.
Okay? Do you know how to disassemble one of these?
No, but I assume that we have to start with the screws that we can get to, and if they don't turn, we can use something like WD-40 and stuff like that to help get them loose so that we can uncover more area to help.
You're exactly right. So we're going to start with the trucks right here.
Yes.
Okay. So there are screwdrivers. Why don't you have a seat, and we're going to adjust this so they can see what you're doing. If you need some extra light, there's a little bit of glare on there, but at least he'll be able to see what he's doing. Okay. And I'm going to find something to put the parts in. And your dad's out there keeping the dogs off our tail, so we're good there. Yeah, my son is currently corralling the dogs, so we don't have a bunch of dogs up here.
There you go.
Okay, and here is the thing for the parts. Go ahead and stick parts right in there for right now.
All right.
Now you need a Phillips for that. And of course, before we started, my son and I got me another coffee. I am a coffee addict. 15 years a sailor, 25 years a truck driver. I don't have blood in my veins. I have coffee. Okay. Now, for these, this one's pretty badly damaged over here. So what we want to do first is you want to take that screw there off.
Which means I need a smaller.
You need a smaller screwdriver, don't you? That one's a regular. That's a, here, how about that one? Is that one going to work, or do we need something smaller?
I think I can make this work.
Okay. Now, this is not going to happen in one video, folks. This is going to be a long process. We also still have box cars that these guys started a few months ago, and we need to do those. But this here was something. This is going to be hopefully teaching this kid the inner workings of a locomotive, so he'll be able to do some of his own work on in his own stuff later on. Okay, now flip that over. This unit should come out as one piece if you take these off. So if you take that screw out and that screw out, just like you did on the other side, we should be able at that point to see how we can take the rest of it apart. I already have a Prairie Special. I restored, or got it running anyway. I wouldn't say fully restored. The paint job on it was still in pretty good shape, so I got it running, changed the E unit and a few other things, and I have it in my collection. This one was sitting in an outdoor yard sale, been sitting outside forever, and I paid $15 for it. I'm okay. And now flip it back over, all the way. You want to take that screw right there out. So this is going to be kind of a learning exercise for this guy right here. We're going to be doing this off and on over the next couple of months. One of the things I have to get my hands on, which I don't at the moment, is a sandblaster, a little cabinet one, because this cab is going to be needing of repainting. And I have, in an earlier video, I showed a pre-war Lionel locomotive that the tender is in really bad shape, and it's going to have to be sandblasted. So we're going to be doing a lot of sandblasting, and I have some passenger coaches. The roofs are all messed up. They need to be sandblasted and repainted. So this is going to be kind of a work in progress right here. We're going to be focusing on this, but if you see us sandblasting other parts and doing other things, that's just how this is around here. Now that should hopefully lift right out of there.
Something else is binding it.
Something is binding that up, isn't it? What do we got here?
Well, let me take out the other screws.
Oh, wait a minute. There we are. I'll see how bad that wire was. That goes to the smoke. This was a smoker. And then this should.
There's something else holding it in place.
There's a pin right here. That's
Actually, no, that's a very tiny.
Is that a screw? It is a screw. Look at that. Okay, hang on a minute. I think I might have a smaller screwdriver. My Prairie didn't have one of those. We have
a very.
Will that
small.
work for that?
Yes.
Okay. The question is can you turn it? Do you need you need an extra set of hands right there? Okay.
It's turning. It's just very difficult.
It's well, it's probably been in there for since 1952.
Probably. There you go. Coming out easier now.
Okay. Okay, it may just sit there and spin now. Is it really easy? Can we pull that out? Let's try a pair of pliers here. Let's get a pair of pliers on that. See if that'll just, yep, there we are. There. Now that should come right out of there. Look at that.
There we go.
Now, oh yeah, this is a mess.
You want me to get this off too?
Yeah, you can take that off, put that in there. We're going to need to find another couple of parts for this.
Yeah, because it seems to be missing some parts.
It definitely is. Now, you can see by this, I'll show you this. This is a mess here. This is, of course, the E unit right here. We know that, right? Okay, we got an E unit. All of this wiring here is toast. You see this wires? They're just absolutely. This is the old 1950s, 1940s cloth covered wires, and many of them, of course, are no longer. They're rotted and they don't carry the power like they should. We're going to go over this, and that is loose. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay, one of the things we need to do right now is we're going to get this E unit off of here.
Which means we have to get more screws off, right?
Yep, you're going to want to take the wire. There should be some wire cutters right there. Yep.
Very fine wire.
And we're not going to worry about these wires because we're not going to reuse them.
Yeah, because like you said, they're kind of toast.
Yeah, they're pretty much toast. So you want to take that screw out and drop that right in there. Will that one work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, drop that right in there. I think there's only one screw in that. Let's see if this will come out of here now. Yep, there we are. And then we want to, wow, those wires are just falling apart. Now, you can get a better look at the E unit. You can see this here. This is, then here is, this piece here is in pretty good shape. Let me get my grandpa glasses on here.
Yes.
You calling me old. Hey, that's actually not in bad shape.
Yeah, it's just the wires, it looks like.
Yeah, what we're going to do, it's going to be actually easier and faster for me to order an entirely new rebuilt one of these. There's a gentleman, I think I have his card around here somewhere, I used to anyway, who rebuilds these. And they cost about 35 bucks, which is reasonable. And then you send him your old one so he has it to rebuild for the next guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to look up online for E units for this, okay? And then we also need to find other parts, which is something we're going to be doing as we go. Now, the other thing we want to do, we want to inspect, we want to take these two screws out. These are the brushes that run the motor. We want to see what kind of shape we got there. We already know the E unit has to be replaced. Let's see how the armature and the brushes look in this.
That one screw was pretty stuck in there.
Yeah, they've been in there quite a few years. Now, when you take this out, if there you go. We want to make sure if we're going to leave this, excuse me, I got hiccups for some reason. And I have the screws, just lift that right off of there. Let's look at the brushes. This thing would benefit from a new set of brushes. No, actually, probably just cleaned up. See how dirty this is?
Yeah, that's filthy.
And then we got the brushes here. We have a lot of dirt here. And the brushes don't look too bad. I think they're still making a contact and a connection.
Yeah,
so
they just need a little bit of cleaning.
And this is your armature. This is the actual motor here. And we're probably,
I think you have to fully take this thing apart.
Well, we can take this whole thing apart. The problem is we got to get these off. And I don't have the correct tool for lifting these off. And I don't want to risk breaking the axle. So what we're going to have to do is, let's put this in here. Let's put these two screws here, back in here and here where they go first.
Okay.
Some of the screws I like to put back where they go so I know I get the correct screws back in it later.
I'm just going to get them.
Yeah, they just need to be
just temporarily back in.
Now go ahead and flip that whole thing over. And let's take this out and see what we're dealing with on this side. We may have to clean that armature while it's still inside there, which is not that difficult.
Come on, you.
It's in there, isn't it?
Well, let's see if I can get this one.
Here, try this one. Let's try the screwdriver here.
Yeah, because it's wider.
Ah, there we go. Those are in there, though.
I think in another couple of years they'll become one with the thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how long this thing had been sitting outside in the weather where you had it, and it's who knows where it was prior to that. This smoke unit looks. Now, I never have cared if the unit smokes or not. That's what this thing here is for. This works on with the wheel, the cylinder in the front, and it makes the smoke. And I really don't care about if it smokes or not. I don't have any smoke pellets, and it really doesn't matter. We'll get to that later. The Prairie Special I have doesn't smoke. Didn't even have it.
I think this fell out of there somewhere.
I think you're right. So then we do kind of need to check the armature on this. Oh, that thing is filthy.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do...
This thing has been places, most definitely.
It needs a lot of work here. We need to do a lot on this. Where is that one tool I have? I have the tool. Where did I put it? Ah. This actually helps with rebuilding the E unit, but it also should help getting this out of here. This is going to have to come out because some of the wires go to it. That's what brings the power off the tracks to the E unit. That's this wire right here. So let's see. Let me whoops, I don't need to be breaking that. This thing is very, very
old. I think we might have to get a new thing for it because...
Well, if we can spread this out a little bit, we can walk that out of there usually. But this is pretty, wow,
that's in there.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty in there.
Well, I would like to be able to. I know that will come out. We're going to have to probably pull these. Okay, what we need here, there's a pair of pliers that I was using. Okay, let's do this. We're going to take. Oh, those are on there. I don't have any sockets that small.
That's a little measuring tool.
Yeah. I usually don't have a problem getting there we go. That one came out. Okay. Try that one.
Not wanting to rotate. Oh, there it goes.
Did you get it? Okay, there you go. Now you should be able to. As you can see, this is really rough. This is not going to be an easy fix. This is probably one of the worst ones I've had. Most of the ones I've had are.
Yeah, they're The restoration
Now see if
videos,
you can get that out of there.
the restoration videos that I see on YouTube every once in a while make it seem pretty easy, but you know, some of the stuff they do is off camera.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you got that one.
Yeah. This one right here is going to be a problem.
Well, we may be able to leave that one alone for the time being. I am going to try. Let me give it another shot there.
Yeah, I just need to get a really good grip on it. Yeah, that thing ain't gonna get out of there.
Let me give it a try here with the square one. Just there. Look at that. Sometimes it just takes a little persistence. Wow, that was hard on my hand. Okay, let us. I want to gently. We don't want to.
I can actually see the gear system in there within the driving wheels because
they make a special. Yeah, these are. Yeah, you can see how this drives here.
Yeah.
And then we have another one here, and it drives off the armature here.
Mm-hmm. I can see all the gear reductions. Actually, what I find it pretty interesting is that when a small gear is driving a big gear, like there's more torque, but when the big gear is driving the small gear, it's more speed than torque.
Yep. And that's when they talk about gear ratios. I want to hold that right there for a second. Let me see if I can't.
Try to gently pop that out.
I'm going to try and gently pop that off the axle here. And I do believe that's coming. I know they make a special tool for pulling these off. I don't have one. I don't do enough of these to justify the tool. So I don't want to buy the thing and never ever use it again.
But I mean, wouldn't it make sense to have it anyways, just in case you have to do something like this again?
Well, gotta. Which I know that's coming out of there. Pretty. Oh no! What I see, what it's doing. What we're doing is.
Oh, we're bending.
We're bending the inside there, so we're going to have to bend that back out again. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is figure out a way to pull these wheels off.
Well, shouldn't we spray put something there to help loosen it up?
We could probably hit that with some PB Blaster, huh? Here and here.
Yeah.
And
just at the axle, where the axle meets the wheel.
And I think I bent the axle on that one. Well, maybe. I know I bent a little bit of that, so we'll have to fix that. But let's let's see. We're going to try and take this one off camera for a minute. We'll be back. Yeah, we're going to have to soak this in some stuff to get these wheels off. They have to come off, and I don't want to risk. Again, I don't have the right tools, so I'm not going to risk anything damaging anything. So this is going to be done off camera, and it's going to be all in pieces the next time you see it. Anyway, you were saying something while we were off camera. Go ahead and...
Yeah, so what I learned on a video on YouTube is that these aren't just the pistons. There's a little piece that's in this top part that drives the steam in front and behind the piston in a synchronized motion, causing the piston to move back and forth. Like when the piston goes forward, this piece goes forward, and since there's a hole in the center, it allows the steam to go in front of the piston, pushing it back, and then vice versa.
Mm-hmm. And that's how that works. That's how that works that way with liquid too.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that this is why you see a lot of pictures of steam engines when they're coming in, they're blowing steam out of these cylinders, because that's the relief from the steam pressure going in one or the opposite hole, depending on which way the piston is moving, that's turning, that's, moving the wheels.
There's also like this, like when it comes to the driving wheels, there's these set of rods that allow the that not just connect to the piston, but they also connect to a rod that the engineer basically uses that allows the steam engine to move forward and or backwards at will.
That's the throttle he's got.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the cab of a steam engine?
Not that I remember.
We will have to find a steam engine and show you the inside of a cab, how they work, how everything, because he's got a brake. You've got a fireman who shovels the coal out of the tender into the boiler. And then you've got the engineer, and he's got the forward and reverse is a lever.
Yeah.
That's also steam driven. And the throttle is a big lever that he drives.
Yeah.
And that tells how fast, how much steam to allow in for these. It's funny how they all work together. It's a synchronized, kind of a synchronized dance.
Yeah.
You got to have so much steam pressure. You got to have the heat has to be right to make steam. And you have to have the right tools and equipment and know what you're doing to make that steam engine go forward or backwards and at any speed. And you have gauges in there you have to keep an eye on so that you don't get too much pressure, because there are some pictures of some steam engines that have blown their boilers up. I'll get a couple of those downloaded and have the lovely wife put one up here. They're not pretty when they explode.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I actually also learned that one of these domes is actually a steam dome, and in it steam gets trapped, and there's a thing called a dryer that makes the steam colorless. Basically, it wicks out all the water, causing the steam to be waterless, more or less. Since steam is a invisible gas, we can only see it because there's lots of moisture in it.
Yes, you're right. All right, see what I mean about this kid being smart? He's 15. He knows more about a steam engine than I do. That's not right. You want your kids to be smart. You want your grandkids to be even smarter. So, but this is where we're at right here. And this video, this is where we're going to call it for now, because this is going to take a little doing. This is not going to be an easy thing to do. But there's other things we're going to be shooting videos on. You're going to see this kid in a lot more videos around here because he wants to learn this stuff, and I'm willing to teach him. We have box cars to paint. We have passenger cars that need to be sandblasted. I prefer the patina of these because they have been played with. You can tell the paint's wore off in certain areas, and you can tell they've been handled and played with. Now we're going to have to find the part that goes here, the front of the boiler. I've already located one online. I'll be ordering it soon. The part this one, all the paint's wore off on this. So, and again, I don't really care about the steam part. We may get that working. The wires are there, everything is there, but I don't have any steam pellets. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So anyway, this is going to be your locomotive. Okay, we're going to have to find a tender for it. Yeah. What I want to know is, I know this has to be painted. This has to get repainted. We're going to have to take out. Okay, that's got some solder. Do you want to repaint this? Or you want to just give it a good cleaning?
I want to clean it, but when I repaint it, I want to leave like parts that are left kind of unpainted, more or less, to kind of look like A little like what it does.
Well, the thing with that is we're going to have to use a spray can to paint it. So we're not going to be able to leave too much. But
Well,
we could just go ahead and sandblast this whole thing and repaint it to look new.
yeah.
And the same with the tender. Because I think I have a tender that goes with the Prairie Special, but I'm not sure. I have all my stuff is still packed away with having to rebuild the layout and deal with the damp basement and making repairs. I haven't unpacked any of my rolling stock or any of my locomotives yet. I know I have extra tenders. There is a special tender that goes with this that came with the set. I'm going to see if I have one. If not, we're going to have to find one.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be getting my hands on a small cabinet sandblaster, because I do have some things that have to be sandblasted so I can get them painted.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be a good candidate to sandblast. Well, we can leave these on for right now. We're not at the point we need to, I don't want these getting damaged. We can pluck these out, and you see they slide. See them right there?
Yeah.
So we just pluck these out, slide them out, put them aside, but we're not at that point yet.
It looks like they kind of need a bit of straightening too, because
yeah, they do. And again, this has been played with. I mean, kids were playing with these.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a very good thing.
So we're going to clean this up. This is where we're at for right now. So I'm going to turn this light off because it's putting a glare on my grandson's face. You can't see him. You need the light to see what we're doing, but it puts a glare on everything. And you can see how dirty that locomotive is. Yeah, your hands are the same as mine. So we get a little dirty. But anyway, that's it for this video. And there'll be others coming where he's going to be working on this.
And eventually, since I got that tiny little diesel electric train with the small box car on the back that it came with, I want to eventually repaint that because it's very simple. It's just plastic.
Which diesel electric is that? The one you got? The one you got as the kit, the blue one?
No, the one that I got from Cubby's, the small red one.
Oh, that one. Yes. Yeah. We can paint that too. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I forgot about that. You showed that to me. That's right. We can do that. You also have your fire engines you want to paint. We won't do that on video because that's fire engines. We don't do fire engines. We do locomotives. We do trains. But you can definitely repaint that. So yeah, anyway, this is my grandson Asriel right here. Good kid. If you like the video, hit the like button. Hit the comments. Make a comment on it. If you're an old guy like me and you got grandchildren and you're into model railroading, get them involved. This guy is already doing this kind of stuff using his imagination with Legos and whatnot, and he likes trains. This is the way to pass the hobby along to somebody who understands mechanical stuff and wants to learn the other stuff. So stick around, folks. Bye for now.
Bye.